Let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching me. This is another episode programs and then which we dedicated to all families, both home and abroad. Well, for those who have known me before, my name remains Omaboriowo Adeni. This is another program mainly for family matters. Although people request for it, then we are trying as much as possible to see how we can make a family happy. So that is the reason why we create a separate page for this program. Please, if you are joining us for the first time, and this is first time on this page, we will only urge you to please and please help us share this program. Let every one of us, let everybody at home, brother and sisters, couples, or even though those who are planned to marry, let them sit and listen to us and watch this program, watch this episode of program, and they see how it can change their family. Even though those who have married for a long time must still have some little things which the family are battled with. Then, if they hear today's program, they can be able to say where the problems lies and then how they can solve it within themselves. Again, being Timon so to the mama means they will be speak English and they will be speaking Yoruba in one way or the other, so that every one of us can be able to participate. Bí a ṣe sọ pé program tá a gbé wá lónìí ó yàtọ̀ sí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn program eléyìí tí a ti máa ń ṣe. Eléyìí ni a pè ní program fún family matters, yẹn ni pé family matters with cares, ibi tí a ti máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ìdílé àti ohun tí ìdílé tí wọ́n nílò. Kí ni kùdìẹ̀kudiẹ eléyìí tó ti ń dé bá ìdílé? Báwo ni ìdílé ṣe lè wà ní ìrẹ́pọ̀? Kódà ẹni tí ó ti marry àti ẹni tí ò ti marry ni wọ́n lè bá wa dá sí ètò yìí. Tí wọ́n bá wá wò ó, tí wọ́n bá gbọ́n tá à ń sọ, bóyá látara bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n lè rí àwọn nǹkan tó jẹ́ wípé ó yẹ kó wúlò fún wọn láti múlò ní inú ìdílé, níbi tó jẹ́ wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ò fi ojú sí pé irú ẹ̀ a máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní inú ìdílé. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kan tí ẹ rò wípé ṣérù nǹkan báyìí lè ṣẹlẹ̀, àmọ́ nígbà tí wọ́n bá gbọ́ program wa tá a gbé wá lónìí, látara bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n á rí ẹ̀kọ́ kan tàbí méjì eléyìí tí wọ́n á kọ́ tí ó dẹ̀ lè ṣe wọ́n ní àǹfààní, tó lè ṣe ìdílé wọn ní oore, eléyìí tó jẹ́ pé àwọn náà lè rí láti múlò gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun tí ó lè ṣe àǹfààní fún ìdílé wọn, tí wọ́n sì lè rí ẹ̀kọ́ kan tàbí méjì láti kọ́ níbẹ̀. So as I was saying, today we are discussing about 11 undeniable signs. 11 undeniable signs if a man or woman loves you. How do you know if your partner still love you? How do you know if your fiancé still love you? How do you know that this person that you are following is still love you? Both man and woman, how do we know? Then first of all, I will start from a man, because let me start from a man, because a woman, if you really want to know if a man loves you or if a man still puts you as first priority in all what he's doing in his life, those are the things that that particular man needs to be doing that will make you confused that this man is still love you. Even though a family that have married for a long time, sometimes they say the love depreciate. Then if it is happened that the love depreciate, or if it is happened that a man, a woman, you are also in a confused statement, you are also in a confused condition, that you know if this man still love me, if this man is looking at someone outside, if all these chick ladies have taken over your husband, then what are the signs that you need to that you identify to know that your husband have already have some affairs outside? From number one, I've said number one point for a man, for a woman to identify if a man is still love is that he will put you in whatever that is doing. That is me. He will ask for your opinion. He will ask for your opinion, whatever that is doing, whatever that is concerning his life, whatever that is concerning his family life. He will always want your input to be there. That is mean He would need your discussion, he would need your opinion, he would need your suggestion before he can make any decision. He would not say, I alone. You know, when a man said, I alone, he make a decision on his own, he carry out the execution on his own, he carry out the project on his own without informing you, without even seeking for your opinion, then that is me. That man doesn't put you in his mind. He doesn't even think of you. He doesn't even think maybe you are exist. It's only when it is around you that is when he think of you. But if a man wanted to embark on an assignment or wanted to embark on a project or anything that is concerned both of you, even though something that concerns him personally, he will ask for your input. That is the reason why he still love you. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí tí mo sọ ni pé tí ó bá di pé ọkùnrin tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ á pè ẹ́ sí àkíyèsí nípa tí ó bá ń ṣe, á nídìí opinion, á nídìí pé kí ìwọ náà kí o fi tiẹ̀ kún. Kò ní jẹ́ wípé èmi nìkan òun ni. Á máa wá kó jẹ́ pé gbogbo ohun tó bá ti ń ṣe tó bá ti jọ mọ́ kódà kó jẹ́ ti ara ẹ̀ nìkan, á fẹ́ kó jẹ́ wípé òun gba opinion tiẹ̀ náà, òun náà mú mọ̀ràn tiẹ̀ náà wá, yálà ó kéré ni tàbí ó tóbi ni, yálà ìmọ̀ràn tó fún ni ó pọ̀ ni tàbí ó kéré ni, á fẹ́ rí wípé ìwọ náà ó fi ìmọ̀ràn tiẹ̀ ó fi kún. Á fẹ́ rí pé ìwọ náà ó fi tíwọ náà ní lọ́kàn ó fi kún. Kò ní sọ wípé òun nìkan torí pé tíwọ náà bá ti fi kún gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìmọ̀ràn, òun náà múlò pé ṣe bí aya mi ló gbà mí nímọ̀ràn báyìí, ṣe bí olólùfẹ́ mi ló gbà mí nímọ̀ràn báyìí, jẹ́ kí èmi náà jẹ́ kí n mú mọ̀ràn tiẹ̀ lò. Kò ní ṣe ní pé ìmọ̀ràn títí tòun nìkan. It will not be only me alone, me and me alone. It will not. If a kind of thing is happening and then you find out that he carry out some project, he carry out some project without even telling you, just know that the kind of person doesn't put you as first priority in his mind. That is number one. Number two, he will know you better. You know, this is also go for those who are caustic, those who are still outside, those who are fiancé, those who are still prepared to get married. You know, we normally say that until when you marry, before you can confirm that this man really put in the house. Sometimes it is not mattered. If a man that you are going out with, if a man that you really dream that you spend the rest of your life with, and then he doesn't ask about your life, he doesn't ask about your parents, he doesn't ask about your background, he doesn't want to know about your past, then what kind of relationship is that? Because if a man really loves you, he would like to know more about you. He would like to know where you are coming from, where is your family, where are you staying, how do you go to your primary school, your secondary school, your friends around you, where you are working. He will want to know everything about you, even though he will know you better than what he can do that can make you upset. If a man really loves you, this statement is very simple for a man to say that, okay, babe, or my dear, what do you think I can do that will make you upset? A man will ask you this because he will do everything not to upset you. He will do everything not to make you cry. He will do everything not to make you feel sad, so that he will know more better about you. He would like to know when you are happy, when you don't happy. Even though including the color of underwear that you wear, the color that you like, the food that you like most, he will know everything. He will know everything concerning your life. That is mean he really loves you. He has shown you that he loves you, and then he also have it in his mind that this is kind of person that I want to be the rest of my mind with. Then I have to know much about her. I have to know everything concerning her life. Exactly, that is how it is. He will know you better, and he will always ask for you to ask her, to ask you more better about you. That is when, if he really loves you. Níta sọ ni pé tí a bá rí tí ọkùnrin tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ obìnrin dáadáa, ohun tí wọ́n á bèèrè ni pé wọ́n á fẹ́ mọ irú obìnrin yẹn dáadáa. Kódà tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ṣe ń fẹ́ra láti tà ní, wọ́n á fẹ́ mọ irú obìnrin yẹn, irú èèyàn wo ló jẹ́, irú èèyàn wo làwọn òbí tó bí, níbo ló ti wá, ìlú bo ló ti wá, ọmọ ta ní í ṣe, irú ẹ̀sìn wo ní í sìn. Wọ́n á fẹ́, kódà wọ́n á fẹ́ mọ ibi pé wọ́n á fẹ́ mọ ohun tí ó lè máa bí ẹ nínú, ohun tí ò lè bí ẹ nínú. Á fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ pé kí ni tóun lè ṣe tó jẹ́ pé tóun bá ṣe é ó máa bí ẹ nínú. Á fẹ́ mọ̀ wípé ṣé tóun bá ṣẹ̀ ṣé ó máa bínú. Tó bá ti, á fẹ́ mọ̀ pé ìwà wo gangan lòun lè wù sí ẹ tó lè mú ẹ sọ wípé o ò ṣe mọ́, tàbí tó lè mú ẹ bínú. mo kí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń darapọ̀ mọ́ ètò wa, mo kí bọ́dà wa Adéyẹmí, ẹ ṣé gan ni tí ẹ bá wa darapọ̀ mọ́ ètò wa, ẹ tún bá wa ṣe ètò yìí, ẹ bá wa share káàkiri, ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn ènìyàn kí wọ́n túbọ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, torí pé òní jẹ́ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ ní orí program yìí. Àwa náà mọ̀ pé bí ó ṣe rí lélẹ̀ àní fẹ́ má ṣe àfẹ́ irú ẹ̀kú tó lè ló jẹ́ kí a máa ṣú ẹ̀ káàkiri gbogbo tó àdúrà. Even though ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá lọ sí orí YouTube wa báyìí, à ń ṣò ẹ̀ náà ní orí YouTube wa kí ẹ lọ bá wa wò níbẹ̀. Ohun tí ètò tí a ṣe lónìí ni pé tí a mọ̀ sí Family Matter, ètò nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ìdílé. Báwo ni ìdílé, báwo ni a ṣe lè gbé ìdílé wa ró, kí ni tí ọkùnrin lè ṣe tí ìdílé ẹ̀ tó fi lè dúró ṣinṣin, kí ni tí obìnrin lè ṣe tí ìdílé ẹ̀ tí ó fi lè dúró ṣinṣin, kí ni táwa gangan lè ṣe fún ara wa tí a fi lè jẹ́ kí ìdílé wa kí ó dúró ṣinṣin. Torí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìdílé lónìí òun náà ni wọ́n ti yà, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìdílé lónìí jẹ́ pé wọ́n ń túká. Kí ló ń fà á tí ìdílé tó fi di pé wọ́n ń túká? Àwọn nǹkan tó ń fà á àti àìlákíyèsí lérí tó ń fà á òun náà ni à ń gbé yẹ̀wò ní òní. À ń wo àwọn tó wà ní orí YouTube channel lọ́nà ni à ń gbé yẹ̀wò ní òní, so gbogbo wa á lè mọ̀ wípé ohun kan tó yẹ ká ṣe àti tí ò yẹ ká ṣe tí ìdílé tí ó bá ní. A ti sọ nípa nǹkan méjì. A sọ nípa àkọ́kọ́ tí obìnrin lè fi mọ̀ tí ọkùnrin tó bá ní ìfẹ́ náà ni pé they will always ask for your input whatever that is doing, whatever, even though including the project that concern me alone, they will ask for your input, including the project that concern the family, that concern you and her. He will always ask for your, even though the one that concern him and his family, extended family, will always ask for your input. That is number one. Number two, he will know you better. He will know everything about you. He will know whether when you will happy, whatever that is can do that can make her, that can make you feel sad, that can make you feel upset. He will always ask, so because he will not want to upset you. Number three, he will verbalize whatever that he say, or verbalize how he said about you. What I mean by this is that if he said he love you, that is he love you. He doesn't say it just for the mouth alone. He's saying it from deep of his heart that he loves you. He will not say that he loves you and then after you left, he still have another person in his mind. No, he will not that. Whatever that he says in your present, he will always say it in your absence. Whatever that is mentioned in your present, he will always mention it in your absence. That is mean. He loves you when you are there, and he also loves you when you are not there. So it shows that even though when you are not there, he feel your present. He feel your present that you are there with him. He feel your present that you are within the vicinity. So whatever that is doing, he will consciously think about you first. You will be the first person in his mind. You will be the first person before he can do anything. He will first thinking about you before he can do it, because he will try as much as possible not to do anything that will make you, maybe after some while you find out and then you fly up and then you starting you turn everything that he will not want you to be that. He will always be careful whatever that is doing, even though in your absence. Ní tí mo ń sọ ni wípé ẹni tí ó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ dáadáa, gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ń sọ ní ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ á tún sọ ní ojú ẹ̀. In tó bá dẹ̀ ń ṣe ní ojú ẹ̀ náà ló tún máa ṣe lẹ́yìn ẹ̀. Tí kódà tí o bá sí ń bẹ̀, á máa feel wípé o wà pẹ̀lú òun ní gbogbo ìgbà. Torí náà á lè jẹ́ kí o kóra ẹ̀ ní ìjánu láti ṣe ohunkóhun èyí tó lè mú ọ bínú tàbí tó lè mú ọ kí o bànújẹ́ ju bó ṣe lọ, tàbí tó lè mú kí yálà ìbáṣepọ̀ ilé tí a mọ̀ sí relationship kí o sọ wípé bóyá pé o ò ṣe mọ́. Torí náà á fẹ́ wà very very careful láti ṣe ohunkóhun èyí tó lè mú kí ó lè tapo sí aṣọ àlà irú relationship bẹ́ẹ̀. And then you will connect with him deeply. You will connect with him deeply. It will just be like magnet. Wherever that is going to, it will be like you are there with him. Even though within his friends, you know, we men, when we are with our friends, they will say, okay, your wife is not here, your boyfriend is your fiancé is not here. You can use this, you know how we normally do. If you are not there, he will never do such a kind of thing. He will respect you even though in your absence. He will respect you even though in your absence. So this will make him feel so good that no, I am in love with someone, then I will never hurt that particular person. gẹ́gẹ́ bí tí mo ń sọ òun náà ni mo sọ pé tí ẹni tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ obìnrin tó rí pé tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ dáadáa gbogbo nǹkan tí ó bá ń ṣe á rí wípé ó ń fi ìbẹ̀rù ṣe á dẹ̀ máa fi ẹ́ sọ́kàn pé ibikíbi tó bá wà kódà tó bá wà láàárín àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá jọ ń sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo aláwọ̀ pé àwọn ọkùnrin tá a bá wà láàárín ara wa kò sí irú àpárá eléyìí tí a ò lè dá fún alára wa kò dẹ̀ sí irú àpárá eléyìí tí a ò lè sọ pé àṣebí kò sí ìyàwó ẹ̀ ń bì ó ṣe kúkú ṣe báyìí ó ṣe kúkú ṣe báyìí tí ẹni tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ dáadáa tó sì fi ọ́ sọ́kàn á ronú pé ṣé tó ń bá ṣé tó bá mọ̀ ṣé kò ní padà wá di wàhálà á bẹ̀rù ẹ nígbà tí o wà níbẹ̀ á tún bẹ̀rù ẹ nígbà tí o sì níbẹ̀. That is number 3. Number 4, he will show in what he say, both in your present and absent. That's exactly what I told you before, that he will always talk about what both of you life will be. He will always talk about what both of you life will be. What we'll be saying, even though when you are with him, is how the future of both of you will be. He will always discuss mostly about to build a genuinely life with you. He will always discuss how to build a perfect life with you. He will only discuss with you how to build a perfect relationship with you. He will only discuss with you how to build a standard future that nothing can fall it with you. Even though when you are around him rather, what he will be asking you, it is how their future will be. What he will be asking you, it is how their future, both of you, will be. He will only ask you so many questions concerning both of you future. In tí mo ń sọ ni wípé tí a bá tó bá ti rí ọkùnrin tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ dáadáa, gbogbo ohun tí ó máa ṣe náà ni pé àti ohun tí ó máa wá òun náà ni pé yóò máa ṣe pé báwo ni àwọn ṣe lè ní ìgbé ayé rọrùn eléyìí tó ní àlàáfíà, báwo ni òun àti ẹ ṣe lè ní ìdílé tó ní àlàáfíà, báwo ni òun àti ẹ ṣe lè ní ìdílé tó jẹ́ pé ọkàn àwọn ò balẹ̀ kódà ará ìta ò ní lè bá wọn dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ tí àwọn bá ń sọ, báwo ni òun àti ẹ ṣe lè ní ìdílé tó jẹ́ pé kò sí ẹnikẹ́ni tí ó lè máa lè ráyè wọnú ètò ìdílé náà. Àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí òun náà ni àwọn ohun tí yóò máa bi ẹ́ léèrè, òun náà ni àwọn ohun tí ẹ ó jọ máa sọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìpele ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹrin fún ìwọ obìnrin láti mọ̀ bóyá ọkùnrin ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ tàbí kò nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀. Ìpele ẹlẹ́ẹ̀karùn-ún eléyìí tí a mọ̀ sí number 5 òun náà ni pé he will always proud about you and tell his people about you. I can call this area as the most important area for a woman. These are the most important area for a woman. If a man loves you, he will proud about you. Even though in front of his family, he will proud about you. In front of his friends, he will proud about you. In front of his mom, he will proud about you. In front of the pastors, he will proud about you. In front of the masters, he will proud about you. He will always proud about you and always show you to his people. He will always try to show you to his people, to his friends, to his family. Even though if there is any occasion in their family, if they are doing any occasion in their family, he will want you to carry you along. He will want you to be with him in that place. He wanted to show you to all his family, to all extended family, for them to know that this is my NC, this is a person that I want to get married with, this person I want to spend the rest of my life with. He will always do that because he will not want anything that will make you said you are not, and he will not want anything that his family will reject you. So from that moment, he will introduce you to all his family. That is why you can say if a man really love you. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí n tí mo sọ ni pé tí o bá ẹni tí obìnrin láti lè mọ̀ bóyá arákùnrin yìí ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ ni wípé á jẹ́ ẹni tó yẹ pé yóò máa mú ẹyàn gan láàrin àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí rẹ̀, yóò sì máa fi ẹyàn gan láàrin àwọn ọ̀rẹ́, yóò máa fi ẹyàn gan láàrin àfáà rẹ̀, yóò máa fi ẹyàn gan láàrin olùkọ́ rẹ̀, yóò máa fi ẹyàn gan láàrin ọ̀gá rẹ̀, yóò sì máa fi ẹyàn gan láàrin alájọṣiṣẹ́pọ̀ rẹ̀, yóò tún máa fi ẹyàn gan láàrin àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ níbikíbi tí wọ́n bá wà. Eléyìí ni wàá fi mọ̀ pé ẹni yìí ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi, torí pé tó bá fi mú ọkùnrin tí ò bá fi nífẹ̀ẹ́ obìnrin dénúdénú àti fi irú obìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ hàn fún ẹbí fún ará fún ọ̀rẹ́ a máa nira lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Ó yẹ kí àwọn obìnrin, kò yẹ kí nǹkan kan kó rúgbò yín lójú láti rí pé àwọn nǹkan tí mò ń kà kalẹ̀ yìí láti má lè rí pé ó jẹ́ ohun tó yẹ kí ọkùnrin, tó yẹ kí obìnrin kó mú lọ́kùnkúndùn, pé tí ọkùnrin tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ obìnrin dáadáa, dandan ni fún irú ọkùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ láti fi irú obìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ hàn fún àwọn fámìlì rẹ̀. Kódà nígbà tí wọ́n bá ní àpèjẹ nínú fámìlì wọn, kódà kì bá jẹ́ àpèjẹ kékeré, kì bá jẹ́ ńlá, tó bá ti jẹ́ àpèjẹ, á fẹ́ jẹ́ kí irú obìnrin yìí kó wà ń bẹ̀, kóun náà lè fi yangàn láàrin àwọn ẹbí àti ẹbí rẹ̀, ìbátan rẹ̀ nídìílé ìyá, nídìílé bàbá, ìbátan rẹ̀ láàrin ọ̀rẹ́, ìbátan rẹ̀, á fẹ́ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wọn kí wọ́n wà ń bẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Á máa fẹ́ fi irú obìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ yangàn. Tó bá ti di wípé ọkùnrin ò bá ti lè fi obìnrin yangàn níwájú àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀, níwájú àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀, níwájú àwọn alájọgbé ẹ̀, dájúdájú ó yẹ kí irú obìnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ kó ti mọ̀ pé irú ẹni yìí kò nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀. If a man really loves you, he will proud about you. He will proud about you and telling people about you. He will never hide you. He will never pretend about you. He will say everything about you in public, in private. He will always say good thing about you. That is number 5. Let's move to the number 6, that you as a woman, the undeniable sign that you need to know if a man loves you. I've mentioned 5, then I'm going to number 6. Number 6, he don't bring you down with his words. When I said he didn't bring you down, you might be a little bit confused of what I'm saying, that he didn't bring you down with his word. Some men, we have a bad word, like, who are you? I'm just trying to manage you. I have so many options. You can see that kind of sentiment, you understand? Maybe some little bit quarrel between both of you, and they said, oh my God, you are lucky. You are really, really lucky. I'm just managing you. Who are you? I have an option. I have a very beautiful lady out there who are looking for me. I have a very beautiful lady out there who want to be my friends, who want to marry me. When a man still have another option, still put someone more beautiful than you, still put someone more presentable than you in front of you with his word, and they bring you down, then you don't need to read it out. It's already spelled it for you that he didn't love you. Because if a man loves you, he will see you as the most beautiful woman in the whole world. He will see you as the first and the last beautiful woman in the whole world. He will never think of saying anyone is more beautiful than you. He will see you as the most beautiful, the most perfect maker. That is how he will see you, as the most perfect maker. He will never use his word to hurt you. He will never use his word to molest you. He will never use his words to bring you down, because it's just like you are living in a cage that you don't even know that you are living with someone who doesn't even love you. Because when a man is trying to bring you down with his word, definitely that man doesn't love you. He doesn't love you. Truly love. When you see a true love will never allow you to be cried. It will allow you to make a mistake. True love will allow you to make a mistake. True love will allow you to ask questions. True love will allow you to crack a joke. True love will allow you to say whatever you want to say. He will not even count it. He will never bring you down. He will correct your mistake. He will correct your mistake. Even though if you make a mistake in the public, he will try to defend you. When it is both you and him, he will tell you that what you did, it is not good. This is how you can do it. This is how it is perfect to do it. He will try as much as possible to correct you in secret, in private, not in public. He will do everything to protect you, because he truly loves you, and he will let you understand that he truly loves you, and he will protect you to any length. He will protect you to any length. Ntí mo ń sọ ni wípé tí o bá ti rí kí obìnrin tí lè mọ̀ pé bí ọkùnrin yìí ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ òun dáadáa, irú ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ ò ní máa gbé ẹ sánlẹ̀ látara ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu wọn. Irú àwọn ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ ò ní máa gbé ẹ sánlẹ̀ látara ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n bá ń sọ jáde. Wọn ò ní máa gbé ẹ sánlẹ̀ látara wípé ta ni ẹ́, irú èèyàn wo gan ló jẹ́. Mo máa manage ẹ mà ní. Tí ìbá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, mo ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn tí wọ́n fẹ́ fẹ́ mi tó jẹ́ wípé èmi wọ́n ń wá ń ta tí ìbá ṣe wọ́n tí mo rá manage ẹ yìí. Ó ń gbé ẹ sánlẹ̀ látara ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ nìyẹn. Ó ń jẹ́ kó máa rí ìbànújẹ́ látara ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ wípé tí wàhálà bá ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin wa àti lóòótọ́ àwọn àtẹnu a máa jà. Even though there is a quarrel between both of you can quarrel a little bit and they will settle it. Not that you will allow that quarrel to escalate to any other thing. No, you will settle it. So ohun tí a ń pè ní pé ìfẹ́ nìyẹn, torí pé níbikíbi tí ìfẹ́ ènìyàn bá wà, ibẹ̀ ni ọkàn ènìyàn ló máa ń wà. And then a máa correct ẹ tó bá ṣe ohun tí ò dáa. A dẹ̀ tún máa support ẹ pé nítorí ṣe yóò dáa, a dẹ̀ tún máa correct ẹ. Tó, ẹ jẹ́ kí a bọ́ sí ẹlẹ́ẹ̀keje. Ẹ má gbàgbé pé ètò títò ní òun náà ni Family Matters with Care, ni pé àwọn ẹbí wa wọ́n ṣe pàtàkì. Ohun tá a sọ nípa nǹkan mọ́kànlá eléyìí tí ìrẹ ọkùnrin tàbí ìrẹ obìnrin tí o lè fi mọ̀ bóyá ọkùnrin tàbí obìnrin bóyá ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n lónìí à ń sọ nípa títí tọkùnrin. Onìkan òun náà ni à ń sọ pé nǹkan mọ́kànlá, á ka mọ́kànlá fún tọkùnrin. Tó bá tún wá di ijọ́ mẹ́jọ, á tún ka mọ́kànlá fún títí ẹ̀yin obìnrin. Ṣùgbọ́n lónìí ohun tí obìnrin fi lè mọ̀ pé bóyá ọkùnrin yìí ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ òun náà ni à ń gbé wò. Á dẹ̀rọ ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà lórí ìkànnì yìí, ẹ bá wa share fún àwọn ènìyàn. Ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn náà kí wọ́n darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ìkànnì yìí. Please, you can share this program to your friends and family at home. Invite your friends and family to join us. They can only join us through our Facebook handle, Families Matters with Care. Let them just search it, Family Matters with Care. Families Matter with Care, FMC. They can just follow us, and then whenever we have a program, they will be the first person to know that we will have another episode of program, and then they can always join us. And then this program is allowed both Yorubas, Igbos, Hausa, Ijaw, TV, everybody that is wish to learn, everybody that wants his family to be a perfect can also learn. We are not perfect, it's only God that's perfect, but we are trying as much as possible to let those family out there know simple, let me just say, a little thing that make their family scatter. They don't pay attention, maybe negligence. Sometimes, maybe negligence. Then, if they allow things to go in that way, it can bring the family down. That nobody will be able to settle the family again. Because sometimes we see some family today, this break up after three children, break up after 2 children, break up after 4 children. Then when they break up, when the two parties separated, when wife go is separated, when one go is separated, then how do you think that children, how do you think they will grow up? How do you think a children without mother, how do you think they will grow up? How do you think a children without a father, how do you think they will grow up? Because both of you are most important to train your children, to bring your children up as a family. Because when they see both of you in a good mood, in a good situation, you are learning them because they are acquiring something from you that we call love. Because that is where we need to understand what is love is really mean. Because love is very, very important. Because if the children doesn't have what you call a parental care, starting from their childhood, then how do you think to practice when they are married? Definitely, there are two when they are married. It is under probabilities that their marriage will be sustained. Because you, as a parent, you have already failed them. You have failed them to sustain your marriage. You have failed them to make your marriage stand. And the most important, for a man, including me, we have to learn how to say sorry. We are still in number 7. But I'm just bringing this thing upon. As a man, we have to learn how to, because our women sometimes, they are more difficult that we cannot control them when they are hungry. They are more difficult that you say, you see the woman that are married, What is wrong with him? What is wrong with her? But at that time, as a man who have intelligence enough to know that thing is going on, what you need to say sorry. I'm still come to a point we will treat what we call sorry and what sorry is mean. That is where one philosopher said, a man who says sorry when it is wrong, it is called what? It is called a man. Then he said, a man who says sorry when he doesn't know that is wrong, it is called what? It is called a wise man. Then a man who says sorry when it is know that is wrong is called husband. It's not because he says sorry because of anybody. He says sorry because he put the happiness of his family as the first. As a man, you have to put the happiness of your family as priority. So it is nothing that you say sorry to your wife, even though if you don't wrong her, even though if you know that no, you don't wrong your wife, you don't wrong your fiancé, it is for you to say sorry in order to let the pace, in order to make sure that that family we are intact. So let's move to number 7. And number 7, he said, he didn't beat you. He will never raise his hand to beat you. As a woman, if a man loves you, he will never beat you. He will never beat up. Then if a man is loving you, even though for a minute, because this is really happened, for a minute he beat you, you get it point, and then for a second of minute, you understand, he said he love you. You don't need to stay in that kind of relationship. You don't. Because that kind of relationship does not bring you a sign of love. It doesn't. It's bring you a sign of molest. It's bring you a sign of what? Of domestic violence. Because if a man really loves you, he will never raise his hand to beat you. Because it's just like, let me just put it in this way. We have love that, okay, this is a glass. This is a glass that I cherish. Look at this, my glass. I cherish this glass very well. As just an illustration. I cherish this glass very well because I love it. Then, suddenly, I break it. I didn't love it because I'm tired of it. That is why I break it. I'm tired of using it. That is why I break it. I'm tired of using it. That is why I abandon it. But because I still love it, wherever that I'm going to, I have to use it. I have to clean it. When it is dust, I have to make it as it look perfect so that people that see it in my eyes can see that no, this guy is with a very nice shade. I put it like this. I put it in a perfect way that can be fitting me. That is exactly how a woman should be treated. Then, if a man loves you, he will never beat you. Someone that beat you in a minute and then they come back in a minute said, I love you. Then you have to understand that that is not a love. Because no issue, because of that, it is not truly done. Do you understand? The proverb of love is self-control. That is what we call a proverb of love. When you love someone, it is true. We might be sometimes hot-tempered. We might be sometimes feel so aggressive. But what it is really mean by said, I love you. When someone said he love you, that person have to prove to you how to be self-control, self-temperament, how to be self-control, how that kind of person can always control his anger when you are angry, how that kind of person can be able to control himself when things is going beyond his control. It will control his temperature, it will control its temper. Then love don't hurt. When you say someone is love you, it doesn't, love don't hurt. It doesn't. You know, sometimes that, like I said, sometimes we might feel hurt. Sometimes we might feel so in a depression mode. Sometimes we might not feel happy, but we easily forgive it. We easily forgive. If someone you love hurt you, if someone you said you love offending you, then you will easily forgive that person. That is what love is all about. Ntí mo sọ ni pé irú ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ ò ní nà ẹ́ tó o bá ti rí ẹni tó nà ẹ́ láàrin ìṣẹ́jú kan tó jẹ́ pé láàrin ìṣẹ́jú kejì ó tún sọ pé òun nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀, definitely pé irú ohun tí a ń pè ní domestic violence yẹn ni pé wàhálà ẹbí nìyẹn. Irú èèyàn bẹ́yẹn ò kìí ṣe ẹni tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀. Irú èèyàn bẹ́yẹn ò kìí ṣe ẹni tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ dáadáa, torí pé tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ ni ìfẹ́ lè control. Tí ìfẹ́ bá ń bínú wọ́n á máa control ìfẹ́, wàá lè control pé ẹni tí mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ lélẹ̀, ṣó wá yẹ kí n wá gbọ́wọ́ mi sókè kí n wá nà ni? O ò ní nà láéláé. Wàá control ẹ̀ níbi pé kò sí tó lè ṣe tó lè mú kí inú bí ẹ. Wàá control pé o ò ní fẹ́ bínú. And then more thing, if a woman or tó bá jẹ́ wípé bóyá woman ni o tàbí girlfriend ẹni tó ń tẹ fiancé ẹ ni, I'm telling you, àjọ kékeré ni pé gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ń ṣe òun náà wà caution láti pé kó náà má lè ọ̀tẹ̀. But there is no way. Yorùbá wọ́n ní kò sí bí a ṣe fẹ́ rìn tí orí ò ní mì, kò sí bá a ṣe fẹ́ ṣe tí a ní ọ̀tá ara wa. Then tó bá wá wáyé bẹ́ẹ̀, we easily to forgive ourselves, because you want to forgive those who love so that you can be able to move on and then to be the way we are working, and you can be able to be in their environment. Because if you love someone, definitely you will not create a threat in someone that you love. I hope I'm making sense for those who are watching me. Thank you for it. Let's move to number 8. Then, our number 8 point. If a man really love you, he will find time for you. This is very important for both who have a little bit distance. Maybe they are a little bit distant from one country to another. They're a little bit distant from state to state. It's happened like that due to the situation or due to our job. If a man's love you, if he still love you, those who have married, they have to have time for your family. They have to have time. Please, I having a call. Then I will try to pick the call to say maybe those who want to ask question of what we are saying. Hello? Hello? Yes, sir, you are what? Ta ni ẹnì kejì rẹ? A ti parí ẹ̀ látàná. All right, ma ilé bá wa dá sí ma. Ọ̀tọ̀ ilé tá ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ń sìn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sà. Ọlọ́run ràn wá lọ́wọ́ sà, ó le gan. A ti ṣe program yẹn láti bóyá bí ìjẹta. Ẹ ṣé gan ni sà. Ṣé WhatsApp number ilé kí n send ẹ̀ sórí WhatsApp number yín sà? Okay, ẹ rọra mà. Ṣé à ń ṣe ó dá àdúrà gba prophetess, àdúrà gbà mà. Ó dá sà. Ṣé nọ́mbà yín wà lórí WhatsApp àbí? Okay, ó dá tí mo ń ṣe program kan lọ́wọ́ sẹ́yìn ẹ̀dẹ̀ lè join wa náà lórí program yẹn, mo lè send ẹ̀ sínsìn. À ń ṣe program lórí family matter. Ẹ̀yin náà lè bá wa dá sí. So màá send link sínsìn tí bá ti kú lórí call sìn yìí. Màá add yín, màá send link sí. So tí bá ti wá parí program tán, then màá forward the account number yẹn, màá forward ẹ̀ sí. Ẹ ṣé gan ni mà. Yes ma. Àmì ma. Yes ma. Sorry, prophetess, concerning the program that we did about 3 or 4 days ago, àwọn tí a fẹ́ ra ọ̀kadà fún. Please, for this, just pardon me to answer the woman because he need it as an urgent. So, as I was saying, if a man really love you, he will never hurt you. He will never even raise his hand to beat you. That shows that he's really, really love you. Please, just pardon me. Let me just do this for this woman. So, like I was saying, please, if someone said he loves you, He has to show it in your present and also in your absent. That is mean he loves you. Not as someone that said, okay, I love you, then he doesn't. So we're in number 8. Let's continue. I said he will find a time for you. If a man really love you, he will find a time for you. You will always be in his heart. You will always be in his heart. He wanted to talk to you. He wanted to hear from you. He wanted to ask you some irrelevant question. How are you? What do you eat? It will be as if he wants you to be around him, because what is happening is because of he loves you, and then he miss you. Even though in a seconds, he would like to speak with you, would like to hear your voice. That is what a woman can identify, or undeniable sign if a man really loves you. Then you forget a proverb said, out of sight can be out of mind. Because even though the distance is causing it, that distance does not mean that both of you cannot communicate. That distance doesn't mean that you cannot communicate gradually. You cannot communicate, even though every 1 hour. By the time that he was busy, he will always tell you, dear, I was busy, either by texting a message, or dear, please, I will not be available from so time to so time. So when I come back, I will say hi to you. Then the communication will be there, because that communication in marriage, that communication in relationship is very, very most important. So when the communication is failed, definitely something is wrong with that relationship. Said something is wrong with that relationship. So that is why if he really loves you, he will want to know you. He will want to know more about you. He will want to see you, that no, I have to hear about this. I have to know where you are. I have to know what are you doing. He'll be asking you some questions that will make you know. Even though at a point in time, you'll be fear. Is he monitor me, or what happened? Sometimes it's happen like that. So I'm monitoring me. So monitor me. It's not that he's monitoring you, because he loves you, and he want to know whether you are in a safe position. He want to know whether you are safe. You want to know whether you are happy. He wanted to know everything about you at that moment. That is how you will really understand if a man really, really loves you. For a woman to know if a man loves you, that is all what you need to know. Now, let's move. Jẹ́ ní Yorùbá, ohun tá à ń sọ ni wípé tí ọkùnrin tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ obìnrin dáadáa, tó sì jẹ́ pé ó sì nífẹ̀ẹ́ tọkàntọkàn, kò ní fẹ́ kí n tí à ń pè ní gáàpù, tá à ń pè ní kí la lè pè ní Yorùbá, kí ó pọ̀ láàrin ìwọ àti ẹ̀. A fẹ́ mọ̀ pé níbo lo wà, a fẹ́ mọ ohun tó ń ṣe, a fẹ́ mọ, kò ní, at least a fi àyè sílẹ̀ fún ọ láti rí pé ìwọ àti ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní òrèkóòrè. A fi àyè sílẹ̀ láti rí pé ìwọ àti, kódà ẹni tó wà ní ọ̀nà jíjìn, a rí wípé òun fi àyè sílẹ̀ fún ẹ̀yin méjèèjì pé ẹ lè máa jọ sọ̀rọ̀ ní gbogbo ọ̀nà, tó yẹ pé a rí wípé òun kò jẹ́ kí gáàpù yẹn pọ̀ débi pé irú ìfẹ́ tó ní sí ẹ tàbí ìfẹ́ tí ìwọ ní sí a wá lọ mẹ́ẹ̀ débi pé ìfẹ́ náà wà ní fi ẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀, tàbí kí ìfẹ́ náà kí ó rinlẹ̀ bí ó ṣe yẹ kí ó rinlẹ̀ mọ́. So a rí wípé àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí, a rí wípé ó wà débi pé kò sí ẹnikẹ́ni tí ó máa lè rí àárín ẹ̀yin méjèèjì wọ̀. A dẹ̀ rí wípé kò fi àyè sílẹ̀ débi wípé á pẹ́ títí kí ẹ̀yin méjèèjì kí ẹ tó lè máa jọ sọ̀rọ̀, tàbí kí ẹ tó lè jọ máa ríra bá ara yín sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn nǹkan tí a fi lè mọ̀ pé ẹni yìí ṣé ó sì nífẹ̀ẹ́ mi, òun náà ni àti kàkálẹ̀ yìí. A ó bọ̀ sí orí ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹsàn-án. A ti sọ nípa ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kínní, ẹlẹ́ẹ̀títí lórí ìkẹsàn-án. Then jẹ́ ká wá sọ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹsàn-án ni pé your life will get better. If I said your life will get better, you should have asked me, what do I mean by that? Said your life will get better. Then, how come that your life will get better? How that your life will get better? In what way that your life will get better? In what way that your life will get better? When you really find yourself in the hand of a man who loves you. If a man really loves you, it will not make you lose sleep. It will never make you lose sleep. What I mean by making you lose sleep, if a woman and you find yourself in the hand of a man who doesn't love you, to sleep will be lasting for you. You'll be thinking and thinking and thinking, even though sometimes you'll be thinking to run mad, that why me? Because the beating today, they love tomorrow. The beating today, they love tomorrow. And then when it comes to a marriage, it is everlasting relationship that nobody can break it. That is why some of our women, some of our ladies out there, please, you have to listen to all what I'm saying. I've mentioned 9 undeniable signs that you will know if a man's love you. This is most important because when you enter that marriage, it is very easy to enter, but very difficult to, very, very difficult to pull out. For instance, if you have a children, you have bear the children for you, how do you want to do it? Do you want to kill the children so that you can go away? No. The children will be the knot that will tie both of you together forever and never, till eternity. Whether you went to the court, whether the court separate both of you, are they court will separate the children for you? They will not. They will not separate the children for you. Or as a man, is he going to tell the children to pay? Don't go to your moms again, or you mom say, don't see your fathers again. No, the children are there. They are bearing your names. Their parents are names. They call moms. They call dad. Sometimes they will say, we miss our mom. Dad, we want to go and play with our mom. Or they will say sometimes, mom, we miss our dad. We want to go and play with our dad. We want to go and have holiday with our dad. Then maybe his father have already married another woman who will take care of children. Then your children is went there. Do you think he will take care of your children? He will not. He will not take care of your children. He will not. Even though as a woman, you marry to another person also, then you bear a children for that person. If you are taking care of that your children more than his own children, he will always complain. He will always complain, and you will tell, okay, let them go to their fathers. Please, take them, let them go to their fathers. Let my children eat very well. All this, we need to understand it very well, is that in a marriage is give and take. Marriage is give and take. If a man really loves you, he will not make you lose sleep. That is me, he will not give you something that will make you look as if you are not normal. You understand? You are not normal. When you don't experience true love, you lose respect. When you don't experience a true love, you lose respect. A man you lose respect. Even in front of his family, he will disrespect you. In front of his friends, he will disrespect you. In front of his colleague, he will disrespect. In front of anybody that is very close to him, he will disrespect you. Because there is nothing like called love again in his own dictionary. But as a woman, you have to sense that no, this is not love me. Love is ability to be an independent. Ability to be an independent and to think deeply. You always think clearly. You will think deeply. You will be clear. You just like me, love is just like, even though if it is 100 years old woman, it will be like you are, let me just say, you are just like 10 years or 15 years. because you will feel happy. Have you ever seen an old age? They will start playing. Even though their grandchildren will be saying, oh, grandpapa, grandmama, because they build that love and the love remains still. The love remains still. Those are the signs that you need to know as a woman if a man really, really loves you. He will never let you lose a sleep. He will never let you what? Let you lose a sleep. That is number 9. Let's go to number 10. Number 10 that you need to know if a man really loves you. He won't be jealous. You know, God bless our woman sometimes that the woman, their hand will be higher than their man. Woman, they have opportunity to become rich. They have opportunity to work in a better place. They have opportunity to do such. God really bless them. He bless man too, but sometimes God can make your wife higher than you in money, in property, in everything. Then if a man starting jealous his wife, then what will happen? That woman can kill you. That man can kill you. That man can bring you down because he's jealousy about your success. He's jealousy about your progress, which is very, very bad. Because if a man really loves you, no matter how, even though if you are the one build the house they are living in, he will never jealous you. This aspect, I'm still coming to a woman because some women also proud of what they are. They always make their husband feel so stupid that you cannot work. The house, I'm the one. The NEPA bill, I'm the one pay it. This thing, it happened. That is for a man. That is for a woman. That is their character. But where the love is, woman surrenders. Where the love is, no matter how, woman surrenders. And then you have to know if a man is jealous about your progress. If a man is jealous about your progress, then definitely it is not worth it because it is jealous about your achievement. It is jealous about your glory. It is jealous about everything that is around you. Then you are in a danger. So for a woman out there, if you find all what I've been saying, all what I've been mentioned, then you have to think twice. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí tí mo sọ ni pé ọkùnrin ò ní jowú, kò ní jowú ẹ̀, kò ní jowú oríire rẹ̀, kò ní jowú gbogbo tó bá ṣe tó bá ń jẹ́ àṣeyọrí fún. Tó bá fi mú ọkùnrin tó bá fi ń jowú, Yorùbá wọ́n sọ wípé kò sí ẹni tó bá ń jowú ẹni ó lè pa ni. Tó bá fi wá mú ọkùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ń jowú ẹ̀ dájúdájú, ó lè ṣe ọ́ ní jàǹbá, ó lè ṣe ọ́ léṣùtà, ó lè ṣe ọ́ ní ohun tí ó lè fi ohun tí o fẹ́ ó lè fi kàn ọ́ nítorí pé ó ń jowú pé Ọlọ́run gbé ẹ ga ju òun lọ, ó ń jowú pé orí ọwọ́ yọ ju òun lọ. That is why tó jẹ́ pé tó bá ti rí ọkùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo dẹ̀ tún wá sọ lédè pé àwa obìnrin náà a máa ń ṣe tí a pè ní afẹ́fẹ́ afàyọ̀fà pé ṣé bíbí ni mo sanwó lé ilé tó ń gbé, ṣé bíbí ni mo ní owó sukùl ọmọ ìbí ni mo san, ojú ẹ̀rọ wáṣẹ́ ṣe kíníkan but tó bá ti mú tí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn bá ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láàárín ẹbí tíyàwó bá ti lè ń kà lé ní tó ń kà léjì tó ń kà lẹ́ta, I said it clearly, there is no love in that family again. The family is already scattered. If they don't be careful, if you are not taking, the family will be the end. Because one day the husband will just pack his materials, pack his luggage, and leave the house. He would rather believe to be sleeping outside than to be sleeping in that house again. Because the love that bound them together is faith. So that is why if there is a jealous or people are jealous in each other, definitely there is nothing like a love inside that house again. The last but not on the list, I'm going to number 11. Number 11. What is number 11? If a man really loves you, that man will pay attention. He will pay attention to you. He will pay attention to you. In what way? Whether you are with him, even though sometimes when you are with him, he will always pay attention to you. For instance, as a couple, you are with your loved one. He's pressing his phone. He's doing something different. He doesn't pay you attention. He doesn't look at your side. He was pressing his phone. He was laughing with someone. He was joking with someone. Then it's telling you in a vibrant word that I don't need your presence. Because if a man loves you, your presence means a lot to him. If a man loves you, your presence means a lot more than a gold, because your presence means a lot to him. But if you are with him, he doesn't even care about you. He cares about something else. He doesn't even pay attention to you. Even when you are around, he doesn't pay attention. And then he didn't pretend, because sometimes a man can pretend, but this one doesn't even pretend at all. He doesn't pretend about anything. He doesn't pretend about anything. He doesn't even pretend. He doesn't have your time. He doesn't even concern about. He doesn't even pay. He doesn't even. Sometimes women's, they need concentration. Women's, they need attention when we are with you. But if a man did not give you that attention, if a man did not give you that look that you are what for, if a man did not even pay attention to you, then he's telling you that you are not valuable. He's telling you categorically that you are not valuable, that your presence means nothing to him. Because if you said you love someone and then she came to your house, then you have to suspend whatever that you are doing. Even though if it is compulsory that you do it, you have to take a permission from her. But babe, please give me some minute. Let me just round up with this. You will round up quickly so that you can give her full attention. But if a man doesn't pretend and he doesn't show you that kind of look, as a woman, you have to understand that that man doesn't love you. That is how you will definitely understand if a man loves you. Let me go back from the beginning, as we have said it all, that 11 undeniable sign if a man or woman love you. This week, we'll always discuss about a man. That is what we'll discuss. For a woman to identify if a man loves him. That is what we discuss today. By the grace of God, next week, we will always discuss about the woman also. And if you have any question concerning the marriage, concerning your home, concerning your relationship, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We have those who are perfect in counseling. They will always look into your matters, and then the family will get back on its feet, and then nothing will shake that family again, because they will let you understand a little mistake that both of you are doing that make that family have a little bit crack. But that crack can still be amended. That crack can still be closed completely if you really understand what his family is all about. Because for a man, you have to understand what his family is all about. For a woman, you have to understand what his family is all about. For a couple, you have to understand what his relationship is all about. Number one, I said, he will only ask for your input. Just a summary, he will only ask you before he did anything. Before you carry out any assignment, any project, he will always want your input, want your opinion, want your discussion. He will only want you to put your own effort into that, whatever that is doing, because he believes that it concerns both you and him. It will not be I and the I or me. No, it will not. It will be we. He will always put word of we. Whatever that is wanted to do, he will put that word we, because he will know that you are part of him. You are part of his life. You are part of the glory. You are part of his success. Excuse me. He will always ask for your input. Number two, he would like to know you better. Then he would like to know you better. He would like to know more about you, what he can do to make you happy. What do you like most? What kind of food do you like most? Your parents, your family, your background, everything that is concerning your life. He wanted to know whether you are happy. He wanted to know what can make you so feel so sad. He wanted to know what can make you say this relationship. He wanted to know everything so that he will never hurt you. He would like to know more about you. He would like to do what? To know more about you. And again, I said number three, he will verbalize how he feel about you. He will always say it. I love you, babe. I miss you, babe. You are darling to me. You are so nice to me. You look like an angel. You look so beautiful than any other one. He will always give you a very sweet word. Whatever that he says in your present, it is what he says in your absent. That is number three. Number four, he will show what he says both in your present and in your absent. Whatever that he says, he will always show it both in your present and in your absent. If he said he loves you, he loves you in your present and he will love you in your absent. Like example, if even a friends or a group of his friends, they went out and they say your wife is not here, how can't you go with a chick girl? You said no. I love my wife, I love my girl, I love my fiancé. So his word will always be his word. That is number four. Number five, I said, he will always proud of you and telling people about you. He will tell his family, he will tell his friends, he will tell imam, he will tell his pastor, he will tell his master. He will always tell everybody about you. Even though if there is any occasion in his family, he wants you to be there because he knows that he wanted to marry you, he wanted to spend his life with you. Then he will bring you into his family. He will bring you into deep his family. He will let all his family to know. You know, in some who come from Yorubas, we have what you call in Yoruba we call it àwọn ìyàwó ilé. That is women house ìyàwó ilé. Àwọn ìyàwó ilé, maybe ìyàwó brothers and brother wife, you know, àwọn ìyàwó ilé ṣá nígbà tí wọ́n bá ń ṣènáwó, he will let them to know you that this is my own wife. He will bring you into that family. He will bring you into that occasion. Everybody will see you that this is the fiancé of brother Tola. This is the fiancé of brother this, fiancé of brother that. From that particular moment, people will assess you. That family will assess you. They will assess your character. They will assess everything about you at that time. He will always proud of you because he wants you, his family, to know you. So if there is any mistake, he can easily correct it. And then he will always do that to make sure that he's proud of you. Number 6, I said he will not bring you down with his word. For instance, a little quarrel, or even though it's not a little, said, you don't even thank God. You are lucky. I have so many beautiful girls outside that I can marry. I'm just managing you. When a man tells you this, you don't need to read it 2 times. You have to know that this person doesn't love you because he still have another person at the back of his mind that is still beautiful than you. If a man loves you, he sees you as the most beautiful, most beautiful in the whole world. He sees you as most perfect in the whole world. He will never think of any perfection again upset of you. He will never. He will always see you as the first and then at the last. He will never bring you with his word. He will never bring you down with his word. Even though when you make a mistake, he will try to correct your mistake. Love allows mistake. Love allows mistake. And if a man really loves you, he will correct you, even though both of you are not coming from the same family, from different background, from different education, from different ideology, from different opinion. But as he loves you, he has to mend with your own. You have to mend with your own and to make sure that he carry you along. And to make sure that he be like a guide. He will be the one to guide you. He will guide you to the right path. He will never bring you down with his word. That is number 6. Number 7, he don't beat you. No, love don't beat. Like for instance, I use my glass as an example. Because I love it, how do you want me to break something that I love? How do you want a man to beat a woman that is loved? Because when you beat her, you just like you want to remote her in a shape that you won't like. So if you love someone, it's just like an egg. It will never beat you. It will never make you cry. It's not like a love that's a minute we beat ourselves, because and then most of us will always fall into this attitude of this life. A man will beat you in the next 15 minutes. He will say, "Baby, sorry, I love you. Sorry, you sorry." What a kind of sorry? When someone is beating you from outside, you are not even married yet, but he still beats you. You say, "No, it will change." What a fucking change! A kind of that person cannot change that character. If a man starting beating you from the day one, or starting beating you when you are still doing a courtship, believe me or believe me, till you die, it will continue beat you. Even though you have a grown-up children, it will continue beat you, because it's just like an habit. Because when you said you love someone, you don't beat that person. You don't make your love cry. You don't make your love feel so sad. A minute is beating you up. A minute he said he's sorry, he loves you. Then you have to ask, if you love someone, is it by beating? No, it is not by beating. If you go down into that marriage, definitely at long run, that marriage will separate. That marriage will break up. There is nothing you can do about it. That marriage will separate. When a man lay his hand on you, beating you when you are still discussing the marriage, forget about it. There is no way that marriage no amount that can make that marriage up, unless if God intervenes. But out of 90, because I've learned from a lesson, I've seen so many marriages who break up through the beating up, through the, what we call it, domestic violence. Through domestic violence. So, if a man loves you, he doesn't beat you. He sees you and he cherishes you. He cherishes your beauty. That's your beauty, he cherishes it. He will not that beauty to fade. He will not that beauty to have a stain. He cherishes that beauty. That is number 7. Number 8, he will find time for you. Like I said it before, even though those who are like I was in the distance, but sometimes we need to find time for each other. We need to find time to talk to your family, to talk to your children at home. You need to find time to talk to them, to hear from them, to hear about your happiness. He will find time for you to do that. He will never said, "No, all is work. I don't get time today, tomorrow." Then how do you sleep when you didn't hear from your loved one for one day complete, and then you slept off, and then the next day you don't even know it's you? That particular we need as a day he will want to hear from you. Number 9, you feel. I said your life will feel better. You will have a better life. You will not lose a sleep. It will just be like a magic to you that no, you find yourself in the hand of someone who loves you deeply, who loves you through from his bottom of his heart. You will just be like a kid. He will take care of you. Even though when you wanted to sleep, he will still pet you to sleep. Say, "Darling, please sleep." He will do everything to make you see yourself as if you are still like maybe 15 or 20 years of age. He will not let you lose sleep. He not make you cry. He will not make you feel so sad. That is number 9. Number 10, he won't jealous. That is mean, he will not jealous about your achievement. He will not jealous about your glory. He will not jealous about everything that is surrounding you. He will not jealous. If a man is jealous about your achievement, definitely he doesn't love you again. Lastly, for a woman to know if a man loves him is that he pay attention to you when you are around him. If a man did not pay attention to you when you are around him, is looking somewhere else, is doing something on his phone, you always busy with his phone, and then you are around him, he doesn't pay you attention, then he doesn't love you. He doesn't feel your presence around him. That is 11 undefined sign if a man loves you. Thank you very much for those who have been in this program with me. I really so appreciate every one of you for your contribution. Thank you so much. This is where we'll draw the curtain of today's episode. By the grace of God, by next week Thursday, we'll only discuss about women. Although for a man, we still have about 15, 13 to discuss, but we'll just discuss about 11 points today, and then by next week, we'll discuss about woman. How do you know as a man if a woman really loves you? So that is what we will discuss on Thursday. Thank you. My name is still Omaboyowu Adeneyi. Like I said before, if you have any question, please don't hesitate to reach us. We will always answer your question, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. This is where I will draw the curtain of today's program. I say thank you to everyone. Thank you so much. May God continue to bless us. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ níbi tí a ó ti máa dákẹ́ fún program títọ́ níbi léyìí. Gbogbo ẹni tí ẹ bá ní ìbéèrè, ẹ dákun ẹ fi ránṣẹ́ sí wa. A ó kà á bẹ́ẹ̀, a ó sì dá èsì padà fún yín títí di ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ nígbà tí a ó tún máa pàdé. Mo kí yín wípé ó dàbọ̀.